Hello and welcome back to the Frugal Life with Mercedes. I am Mercedes. Today we are going to be discussing how to get your spending in check. And when I say that, I'm referring to, staying on budget or having a budget or tracking your spending. And if you are new to frugality or if you are new to a debt-free journey, there's a lot of financial gurus out there, and maybe you follow one of them, or maybe you stumbled across some of my videos or other people's videos on frugality, and you're still trying to figure it out, or maybe you're an old pro and you have been managing your money for a long time. Now, for me, if you are new to the channel, I became debt-free 2 years ago, and since then I have had a rough budget, but not really anything too strict. But that was because for so many years I was on a super tight budget to pay off my debt. So I want to say I was on that really tight budget for like 6 years, and that was to pay off my debt and to kind of get my finances in order. So then when I became debt free, I was like, well, I've got all this extra money and all this kind of things. And there were points when I got a little out of hand. Nothing like crazy, but it was really nice because for one, I made a lot more money after the debt-free journey than I did when I started, as far as like my income at work. But then also you don't have that huge allotment of money going every month, whether it be to like a credit card, a car payment, student loans, or different things like that. So that was really nice. So I decided that I wanted to kind of get back on track, and the only debt that I have accumulated since becoming debt-free, so I'm not debt-free anymore as of as of June, so a couple of months ago, and that was because my car that had seen me through for a decade finally just was not great anymore. So I'm going to be trying to pay that off early. But there's like no consumer debt or anything like that. So we're gonna work on that. But I kind of decided to just really have a laser focus again, and that's basically what I'm gonna do, and that's what this video is about. I've tried to do no spend challenges before, and financial freezes and low spends and all that, and I'm really not that good at it, to be honest. But I think it's because like I'm wanting that perfection. Like, oh, I did, in this month I did stop by Starbucks, so then it's okay to go buy a new dress or something like that. And so, and I do talk about that on here quite a bit. It's like, it's not about perfection, it's about consistency, and it's about trying and all that. So I got those binders a while back, and they are for the cash budget. So I set one up, and it's for my new goals right now. So I will have, I have my rent that I have there in cash just set aside, and just a couple other things. But I'm going to go ahead and just try to, I told my partner, I was like, I'm going to be on the spend freeze for a little bit, and just really trying to bulk up my savings, and to have more to work with, because when I set a goal, I accomplish it, and I had the goal of becoming debt free, and I did that, and now I've got some other things, some other goals that I really are on my heart to do. So that's what we're going to do, and that's what we're going to focus on. And I don't know how people do like a no spend completely. And this is coming from somebody that I'm not extravagant in my spending or my lifestyle at all. So I don't really know what I'm going to call it. I guess maybe I did joke with Brandon, my partner, that I was going to call it a spend freeze. So we're going to see how that all plays out, and we're just going to do what we can to kind of bulk up the savings. And I think that also shows you where your weaknesses are, and it shows you, if you set aside, $100 for whatever during the month, but you're consistently spending $200. One, you might need to be like, how can I reduce this? And two, you might need to allow less money in another category and allow more money into that category, because it's all about priorities and what's important to you. And that looks different for everybody, and that's okay too. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna rein in the spending. Now, I do have a small trip planned for later this month, and but I already have the money set aside for that, so we're gonna do that. And I need to get new contacts and glasses, and my health insurance will only cover one or the other. So I will go on Zenni Optical and get my glasses through there, so that's a small expense. But those are all things that are planned in advance. But other than that, I don't really have anything in the foreseeable future that's going to be an expense that I have to kind of plan for. And I do have an emergency fund and all that kind of stuff. But this is just to encourage you guys, it might be time to rein in the spending, and that's okay. And I know that there was something else. Oh, so today is August 6th. So a lot of times people start this stuff you'll hear, I'm going to start on Monday, or I'm going to start on the 1st of the month, or I'm going to start January 1st. And I start things when I'm ready. When I joined Weight Watchers, it was December 27th. And I had people be like, well, why are you starting it? Why don't you just wait until New Year's is a few days away? And I was like, because I'm ready today. I'm ready to make a change today. And it was the same thing when I started my debt-free journey. I didn't know who Dave Ramsey was. I didn't know who, I always say her name wrong, Susan Orman. I didn't know who these people were. I knew nothing, I just literally decided you know what, I want to pay this off, and I don't want to have to worry about this anymore. And that was some random day in the spring. And so there is no right time. There is no perfect time. It's when you're ready. And sometimes you have to do it before you're ready. Sometimes you have to do it while you're scared and while you're blind and not really sure what you're doing, and that's okay too. So, we're already 6 days into the month, and I was like, yep, today is the day. So, there's nothing nothing super crazy happened or anything. It's just I decided I wanted to rein it in a bit and see what I can accomplish. All my needs are met, everything that I need. Yesterday I did go to Walmart. I did not film that. It was a bazillion degrees, and I had to go to Walmart and get groceries, and I was just I did not feel like filming it. But I have some stuff already, but I kind of wanted some staple items, so I'm gonna go through all of that stuff before I go to the store again, and I will have a set budget for the grocery store. And yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good about it, and this will be my first month using those cash envelopes. I've used cash envelopes a little bit before, but I've got my cash envelopes, and then that way when I go to the grocery store, it's like you only have X amount and it's in cash. And like I said, I have done that before. It's just been a long time, but I've never had that fancy binder. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I encourage you guys, you don't have to do a no spend challenge. You don't have to do a freeze or a low spend. I've talked to people in my personal life about this, and I was like, how about you say, if you want to save more money, or if you want to pay off debt, or if you have a financial goal in mind, if you are one of those people that are going to Starbucks every day, and I'm not judging you at all, I'm just saying, if you are, why not try only 3 times this week? If you're going out to lunch every day, try to pack your lunch a few days. And those things build up habits. And at the end of the day, if what you need to get through the week is 1 Starbucks a day, then that's okay. That's, what I mean? We all have different priorities. And I know, especially like in the debt-free frugality club, you see a lot of judgment, and you see a lot of you just see a lot of that, and I don't really like that, because I've talked about this before. What is a priority to me might be something that you don't care about at all, and something that's a priority to you, I don't care about. But not everything can be a priority, if that makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it can't be Starbucks every single day, and lunch out every day, and dinner out every day, and you have no savings. If that's what you want to do, that's your business. But just remember, think of the things that are the most important to you, the things that are true priorities to you, the things in life that you truly get joy out of. And I always use the example of my nails. For some, that is a frivolous expense, and it's, stupid to them. For me, I absolutely love it, and it's something that makes me feel sexy, and it's my me time when I go, and it helps me express myself in a creative way, and I just love them. But getting a Starbucks every day, like, I do like Starbucks on occasion, but that's not as much of a priority to me. And either one, whichever one you pick, or something in between, that's okay. It doesn't have to look like what other people think it should look like. And I am a firm believer in saving money and being debt-free and being financially responsible, but at the same time, I also believe that you have to enjoy life to a certain extent. So it's about priorities, and it's about what's important to you, and it's also about what you value. Because if you really want to get healthier, lose weight, or if working out is something that you really highly value for whatever reason, that gym membership probably makes sense. But if you're an occasional workout person or whatever, you might not need that gym membership. But saying that nobody should have a gym membership is not really, I don't agree with that. Or saying that no one should ever have Starbucks, or no one should ever, go to that nice restaurant. It's finances is not one size fits all. So just encouraging you guys to think about that. And remember, you can start today, you can start tomorrow, you could, it's when you're ready. And it's just funny that all the big things in my life kind of just happened. I've never been that person like January 1st or Monday I'll start. It's today I'm gonna start, and then I do. So yeah, so we're going to be reining in the spending and see what we can accomplish. And I hope that you guys will do the same, or even if you just look over your finances and are like, I did not realize, like, if you've never really looked at your finances, or if you haven't looked at your finances in a while, I really encourage you to look at your bank statements and be like, I had no idea that I was spending that much a month on any particular thing, because it might surprise you. Because I know when I first went over my finances, I was like, I did not realize. I just didn't. You know, you're like, oh yeah, I did this, and then I did this, and it's like, oh, I did not realize. So it's really eye-opening. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider subscribing to my channel. If you did not know, I have an Instagram, The Frugal Life of Mercedes. And until next time, guys, bye.